Oh, I just realized. It's backwards. All right. Gonna have to redo this. Hey, what's going on, man? This is my first time live. I'm just trying to see how this works. This is my second attempt. What's up? Let me just kind of be reading this stuff here. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our. Right on, bro. Cool. Nada. Yeah, me neither, man. Just having one of those days. At least the sun's out. How about your area? Oh man, I'm a slow typer too. I got a program that I got a while ago, Dragon Naturally Speaking, and I used to use that quite a bit, but I just haven't installed it in this computer. Hey, wanted to ask, are you moving product? Are you selling any more of your work? While you're typing, Peru had a freak out just before I came on here. He has his crib and he was chilling in his crib. And just before I went live on my first attempt, which I didn't have set on public, I didn't know what the heck I'm doing, and I still don't. But he, you can probably hear me. Yeah, he just all of a sudden just freaked out, man, like something was in there to get him, and he just was flying all over the place. And all I could do was just like wait for him to peer his head out. Right, me neither. Hey, since it's just you and me, do you know how to do like the two live chat things so that both of us could be on? I don't know what it was that freaked him out, but he just came out. Now he's just hanging out over here. What are you doing? What freaked you out? Yeah, that's you on the screen. Let's see. Well, I've been trying to do it. Let's see. Let's try to figure this out, man. I'm not seeing any options on here that says join chat or something. I see the little smiley face. That's just the emoji. I've got send feedback. I've got the 6 dots and the microphone and the arrow and then the end stream. See, I'm going to click this option thing on top chat. Pop out chat. Participants. I'm gonna click participants and see what happens. Let's see. It's hard. I've almost got it figured out for a year. Hey man, let me look at your paper. Okay, I'm gonna try clicking participants. If things go awry, it goes awry. All right. I don't see anything that says participant. I don't see. I've got like a banner on top that says participants, with an arrow pointing backwards, but I'm not seeing anybody in anything under that. Okay, so I just popped back out and I can see your chat. You said, yeah. Let's see, is there anything else up here that would do this? I wonder if you need like a third-party program, you know what I mean? Like a, like a UCam or something, and have it tied in. Maybe even Skype. You might have to go through Skype. I don't know. Okay, I see where you are. The two people up here, and then it's got one. So there's just the two of us still. Looks like. Creator Studio. I think I've seen that. I'm going to. I wonder how you share the screen too, because I'm going to see if I go here. Yeah, there's no screen capture. You know what? Okay, give me a few minutes here while I think this out, because, well, no, because this is. Editing software. It's actually a separate program you need. Okay. Because on YouTube, I remember there was a thing called Creator Studio, and it seemed like I had it or I could get to it. I'm going to open up another window here. Let's see. New window. So, let's see. But I haven't figured it out. It shows you how. Okay, so I've got another window opened up right now, and I'm going to go into YouTube on it. Oh, come on. Let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, so I'm going to go to my channel. And why isn't it letting me go to my channel? I wish you could share the screen. Let's see, YouTube Studio Beta. I remember it used to be called Creator Studio. Okay, I'm in my channel. It says Customize Channel YouTube Studio Beta. All right, they must have changed it. So I'm going to get out of that. All right, let's see. I've been just trying to present my screen, and I can't figure out how. Oh, nice hat. I've had this thing forever, man. It's got, croc teeth. It's. I used to have a freaking rock on it that was like a lava rock that crocs, alligators, crocodilians, they'll eat rocks like birds eat, have rocks in their craws. Well, I used to work with a big, good old, I've worked with a few crocodilians. Well, Buford, who was an American alligator, he died, and when the necropsy, they, in fact, that's one of his teeth. I got one of his teeth, and he had much bigger teeth than that. But they use the rocks. They'll actually eat the rocks to help them digest, chew up their stuff. I know this sounds weird, but anyway, I used to have one of his rocks, and it had a bunch of rat fur on it. It was like a lava rock, a porous lava rock, and it had been, of course, in his stomach, and it had a whole bunch of rat fur on. I don't know what happened to it. It got lost. Let's see. They just changed it. for Europe. Yeah, I know. Probably going to have to Google it or something. I don't know if I get into this. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You got to, if you want them to last, though, it's like, they are a bone of keratin. You have to keep them kind of mineral oil, keep them moist. Otherwise, they like crack in half. I was in Jamaica last year, and the crocs are quite passive. Yeah, probably smaller, too. Have they always been like that? Yeah. Oh, man. You get me going on crocs. They are smart, dude. They are freaking way smart. Um, it depends, like a lot of animals if they're threatened or not. But crocs, it's like being reptiles. They're just, most reptiles are pretty passive unless there's a threat, an immediate threat, whatever. And especially if they've been domesticated, any animal that's been domesticated, that fight or flight thing is going to be kind of taken out of them, and they're going to be just kind of nowhere. Hey, Adam's here. Right on, man. Cool. I was in Jamaica last year. Oh, geez, I was thinking you were all right. Two. This is weird. All right, this is Adam. This is my first time being live, and so I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know the ropes. Okay. I thought you were talking to Adam. Yeah, I thought I was talking to you because your icons look pretty similar. You know what I mean? And I've got kind of a small screen and failing eyesight. See, you're doing great, mate. Same at you, man. I love your videos, dude. Thought and input put into them. That's why I always go live. Oh yeah, cool. I can see how going live could be addictive because it's such a strange situation we're finding ourselves in these days, man. Because it seems like the people that are of a certain way, of a certain, dare I say, assembly or same congregation as far as mind or spirit or whatever, are like spotted or secluded out throughout the realm. And this is like one of the only ways we can communicate with each other because, like, just in my case, there's really nobody around that I can really talk to. My brother's awake. He's very awake, my younger brother. But he's got his family and things, so he's got the world that he's contending with. It's weird. Birds of a feather flock together. Ain't that true? You know that from your stints in the big house. Absolutely, very true. Yep. And with this YouTube thing, man, I mean, it's kind of frightening because it's like the old drug dealer saying the first one's free, and so we're getting addicted to this stuff, and who knows what's going to go on from here as far as it. I mean, because all three of us here know, it doesn't take Einstein to figure out that there are good forces and there are evil forces. And then, if you really have been into those situations, you know who the good force is and you know who the evil force is. The first one's free. Yeah, the first one's free. It's like we're getting it for free right now. I hope we're not getting addicted to it. Yep. Where was I? I got lost. I'm a white hat. That sounds familiar. That was like, we all are. We're white hat. Elaborate, please, because I know that sounds familiar, and I think I've probably seen a YouTube video or something with it. I don't know. Righteous. Oh, okay. Yeah, isn't that that's a strange word to describe it, because righteous just basically means right. So being right means you're believing the truth. So you're righteous. You know, this is a toenail. That's wrong. That's not righteous. It kind of puts a new slam on what the term is for righteousness is. Where, you know, but maybe righteous means just being right, following the truth, because he is, you know, the way, the truth, and life. Are you a hacker? Good hackers call themselves white hat. Ah, that'd be interesting. Hey, Adam, dude, we were just talking before you came in. We were wondering how you do the live thing with having multiple people on it. Any idea? Oh, Peru, he's right there, checking himself. He's in love with himself, checking himself in the crib. Anyway, yeah. Do you know, Adam? Do you know how to do that? Because or any ideas? Uh, Adam might have left the live chat. Oh, here he is. I have never live streamed. Oh yeah, he is a good guy. I like him. Yeah, I don't agree with everything that he says and everything. I mean, there's always, everybody has like everybody, you know, has their individualities, and individualities conflict. But for the most part, it seems like there isn't really friction to the extent of, you know, people being so much butthurt when it comes to that. But I've seen different frictions between people, and I've seen like frictions between Scott and other people, and other people and other people, and myself. I just try to stay kind of in the middle of witness. Of course, we all have our own opinion. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we're all seeing things differently. You know, like some people believe in Nibiru, some people don't, some people this, some people that. And yeah, it's just as long as we can accept and possibly even learn. Yeah, we're cowards. Damn, sorry, my caps button sticks. Conscious objectors. Yeah. Yeah, not too much is going on here. We've got sun. I don't know how it is over there in your side of the place, the realm, but it's definitely starting to cloud over here. You guys, any affected? Oh yeah, dude, I am like so affected. uh, so not to speak for you, Adam, but I'm sure you would definitely agree. Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, it's going on. It's going down. I have no idea what it is, but myself, um, I there's a saying, you know, blessed are those who who believe and have not seen, well, my saying is, I don't get that blessing, because I know, especially Revelation is direct from our Creator, is from our Creator. I've gotten revelation from Revelation. And so I go by Scripture as far as things, and try not to put my own interpretations in them, but I gather a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, and make sense of it kind of that way. Fortunately, yes, divided. Yeah. Yeah, I think all three of us are. It's wackadoo. Well, you kind of know my story from watching my videos. I mean, it's like when I was close to 15 years ago or so, my dad was still alive, and I was in the basement, and I had recently moved back to my hometown, and was temporarily living in their basement. And so I had just a little setup down there. I had the TV on, but I would do various things like drawing or cleaning something or whatever. And in the background, I had, the Jon Stewart show was on, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And all of a sudden I stop, out of my weird framework of whatever I was thinking, and thought to myself, wow, they're talking about Nelson Mandela like he's alive. So I stopped and listened, and sure enough, they were talking about Nelson Mandela doing this and that, and people thinking this or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, that's just my goofy brain. Like I said, that was like that long ago. Well, it wasn't until about, 2015, maybe 2014 or whatever, where I am on YouTube, and I see this one video, and it was Photo Helix. I had no idea who he was, whatever. And anyway, something made me click on that video, and I clicked on the video, and sure enough, here's this guy with long beard, and he's running around his house freaking out that his Bible's changing, and grabbing his Bibles and putting them on the bed or whatever, and saying that he knew for sure that it was the Lion of the Lamb, and that it was wineskins and not bottles or whatever. Well, I have an old Bible from my grandmother, and I also have one that I purchased when I was like 21, when I went through my repentance. I was in trouble and had no idea about Scripture or anything, and so I had like my two Bibles there, and so I grabbed those and I bring them out, and I go to where they're supposed to be changed, and sure enough, they were changed. And from there, the typical Mandela, the more famous Mandelas, I search out on the internet and find out, and that's where I am now. I think the ME is God's way that we are too superficial. I think the ME is God's way of saying that we are too superficial. That's interesting. Let's see. Adam says it's a wake-up call, but this realm doesn't belong to God, in my opinion. That's right. We all have free agency. Something happened in the garden. I don't know what your guys' beliefs are, but my understanding is that we were created. But there was an age before here when the rebellion happened, and where am I going with this? Let's see. Yeah, and something happened where well, number one, too, something happened where where iniquity was found in him. Something happened with some say Samael, some say Gadriel. So anyway, the adversary, Hashatan, which means the adversary, because the rebels that fell with. My understanding, we're in the second age now. Why would we have a second age from the first age? Wouldn't Abba just say, okay, that's it, you guys, cutting no good. You guys are still good over here. So the second age is kind of like Abba doesn't want to lose anything he creates. I mean, I don't create things to destroy them. You know what I mean? Maybe here in this realm, being a flesh, I might have that thought of creating things just to destroy it, but it's not the way it is. It's not the true nature. So why would Abba create things wanting to destroy them? So I think the second age is like another chance, another chance, another chance. Everything in the world to save what has been created. But still, there has to be that free agency there. But there might have to come a point where that line is drawn. I have no idea. That's just, kind of like the way I look at it. Like, it's hard to understand concepts in our fleshy minds, you know what I mean? Because we're fallen. We're in a fallen state. Let's see. Adam says we fall. It's wake up call. Yeah, round is upon to. Right. It doesn't. And why do you say Abba, Matt? I've always wondered that. I'm not judging. Oh, Hebrew. Abba just means father. It's just like a grassroots language kind of way of rather than using God or Lord. It's more personal. Like when people say Father. I could say Father Yahweh, but it's just Abba Yahweh. It's more of a Hebrew kind of way of saying it. And I'm not a Hebrew roots person or anything like that. It's just Abba Yahweh. I'm British, so that word is new to me. Abba. Pick a side and get ready for revelations. And the Bible has been proving itself to a T. I am not even necessarily a Christian, but Jesus has promised. You know what? Christian is just a word, And if you really want to get technical and all way down into all of this, Christ just means anointed. It's the what was it? The Greek, or is it the Roman? I can't remember what language it's from. It might be Greek. Christ means anointed. But if you go back to the more previous language in the Hebrew or Aramaic or whatever, like Hamashiach means the anointed king. So I prefer to call Yahusha Mashiach or Messiah for anointed king rather than just anointed. An enlightened spirit like Krishna. No, have to disagree with that. I can see where you're coming from with that to that point, but just personally, that's not really what I get when I read scripture. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm racist. I hate all white people equally. Anybody have any idea what this chemtrailing stuff is all about? Colorful birds. I don't even like colorful birds sometimes. But the chemtrailing, that's a weird one. The firmament is, oh yeah. This is really, what I'm learning is this is hard to do when trying to read, as I'm sure you know, and we are motionless. Yeah. Rabbit, you're here. What's up, man? This is my first time live. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so bear with, forgive. So far, we are the four most awesomest people on this chat. Thanks, man. Adam, let's see. I sometimes think it's Project Blue. Yeah, me too. But the way the clouds project, I know. But like with the Project Bluebeam, I mean, it seems like everybody kind of knows about that, or do they? I don't know. You know. I mean, there's so much that. Well, I know that sun is white where it used to be yellow, and it feels definitely different on the skin. Um, and just watched or went in a little bit on the Brian Stavely chat that he had. He's really pumping them out, which is cool. Um, and they were talking about, they were showing some pictures of like where it looks like a solar simulator or whatever. And at this point, who knows? Nothing is beyond. I mean, it's such a crazy time we're living in, just crazy. I mean, with everything that's going on, how can it not be coming close to the end of the age? I mean, especially like with CRISPR-Cas9. I mean, when you start messing with creation like that, no. I don't think they do know. We are in a community, so it's right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if there was like a head count, it would be rather small numbers in the complete collective of things. Yeah, because when I go into town, I mean, I'm always kind of checking out the sky and stuff, and nobody else is, and it does seem like they say, everybody else is like in that kind of haze. And when you try to talk to people and show people things, in undertone kind of way, I mean, it definitely goes nowhere. The Prince of the Power of the Air. Yep. Just trying to keep up with what you guys are talking. Because like I said, it would be a lot better to have be able to bat things off rather than be stuck reading in a chat. Honestly, it seems like simulation. It really does seem like a simulation, which could be the delusion. Would explain created by the Father. I know exactly where you're at, Rascally. Man, it does. You know, cast out of the garden and made this place. I mean, it could be Abba's simulation for us, and we're just like now waking up to what he created for us from our true state, which goes along with it. I'm 85% sure it's some kind of matrix. Yeah, yeah, we're on the same frame here. But when I mention that people think I don't believe in God, exactly. Why couldn't it be? That's what religion is to me, is people trying to bottle their own understanding of who Abba is into a bottle. And a lot of people have done a good job doing that and marketing it. Bringing the matrix and physics to the apostles. Obviously, I saw a lot of chemtrail planes. Yeah, that's a weird one. They can do so much with camouflage that, and drones are definitely real. Um, but how would small drones deliver such a payload? because some of these trails are like, they're really pumping that stuff out, man. I mean, we're talking. I just think, man, with everything that's going on, we are definitely coming up to something really close. I mean, there has to be. Going back to like CRISPR-Cas9, all this genetic experimenting, and then just the flood. I mean, the flood that's happening right now of deception and lies mixed with truths and knowledge, and just it's almost like a flood of everything. So it's like, how are we going to contend with that? So much. We have our understanding, which has been limited, but then all of a sudden, all of this other stuff comes in, and the brain just cannot take in so much or try to comprehend or try to make sense of everything that's going on. It's all one big experiment. I don't think he really needs to experiment. I think he's got it down pat. I think he knows what he's doing. I know, it's just the thought of trying to. Well, you see, John, there's these zeros and there's these ones. And they don't really count anymore because now we're quantum, and once can, what was it I heard the other, what was it I was listening to something about that, how we used to be in the binary, how the quantum computers are no longer working with between 0 and 1. They're working in between, any numbers in between. And it's like, well, what are the numbers in between? What are they, fractions? Are the fractions considered numbers? It kind of makes no sense. I mean, because it kind of makes it like an infinity thing where both. Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely believe that. It just really sucks that we're in this place, but it's the free will, and the fall, which I believe, well, the first age in the fall, which I believe is called the catapult in the Greek, in the catapult, something happened. We don't know what happened. Um, I don't know. I think that like if I was a creator and I was, I mean, that's what really perplexes me is how, okay, Abba being perfect, absolute. How can there be imperfection? And so something happened with the fall where imperfection was suggested, which means an outer force. So I don't get that. With Abba being the Alpha and the Omega and being perfect, then is evil and wickedness a tool that is used to create more goodness? It's kind of a deeper thought. It's one that's hard to express the abstractness or esotericness of it. So go on Christmas. Wind them up. And so he would ask us. make a chasm large. Jump over. Chasm so large he can jump over it. That's a good question. There we go. He is over the chasm and at the bottom and in the same. Yeah. Everything, all encompassing. Got it. I was trying to work that one out in my head, man. Maybe a cycle. I don't think it's a cycle. I mean, if I'm understanding you right, as far as like reincarnation or anything like that, we work until we get it right. Myself, I believe that when you prove that you're of a good heart, that whatever, that's what you are. And it's not like, I mean, because appointed for a man to die once. You're here once, and then the next millennium. I don't know. That's just my understandings and stuff. Because I'm absolutely no Bible scholar or anything. Oh, I was gonna work on a video. I was gonna kind of push the envelope a little, because there's a Mandela effect, with the Bible changes of the crucifixion taking place on a tree. And it's like before I found out about people crying about this being a Mandela effect, I was reading some stuff about this. And there's actually been some in-depth Bible study by actual scholars into this, and various things such as the word exulu or exulon was the translated word, and they translated it as cross, where it was actually tree, and it could have actually been like a living tree. And the cross actually being called I believe oh, don't quote me, my brain's gone fried on this one. I don't even know if I could pronounce it anyway. If I did remember it, pedalibum or something like that, the cross member, and the maybe it's a video that clouds on layers. That the crossbeam was actually what was being carried, and that what Simon of Cyrene helped carry out. I don't know. I've got to start. I mean, I was just starting to look into that last night. I was going to do a video on it, but that might not be a Mandela effect either. That might just be a mistranslation that we have become to accept as the Roman cross that was used at the crucifixion. And the cross is also used in the sun worship symbology, I believe. So I don't know. It's kind of a deeper one. Part of the soul's cycle back to. I don't believe in time travel either. I mean, time travel would just be too. Although he will think to change times and laws. So, but then again, what strange wording? That would be an interesting one to try to find out see what the actual translation is. Times and laws, times and laws. I mean, there's so many hypotheses and stuff on these things. That's just another mind-boggling. Time travel doesn't explain geoshifts. Yeah, it doesn't explain. No. Unless it's just the continents that are being subjected to that to that certain calculated precision of time shifting, and it's running backwards, like we were saying, to form again Pangea. Just way too confusing. Man, the whole symbolism thing and symbology. I mean, I've been looking in, I don't know, at times I want to just say, I'm so sick of symbols and symbology and this and that. Oh my word, why can't it, you know, we all want things to be good and simple. Why all of this, all seeing eye, all of this, all, gematria, and when really in the ultimate end, does all that really matter? Yeah. Circumnavigated the globe. Nope. I've only been like south of the United States, Latin and South America, which is when I went to South America, when I went down to Peru, I can remember looking at the time zones because I was curious, well, when I get to where I'm going, what time is it going to be when I'm here? And so, you know, South America to me has definitely shifted way over. Oh yeah, I like Matt's channel. Um, he, I can only I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. Some of them I can sit all the way through, but a lot of them it just starts sounding repetitive questioning type stuff. You know what I mean? He's got a great sense of humor and he's got some funny things that he says and he's got some good questions. So I definitely stay subscribed and listen to what he puts out. And there's always nuggets in all of these videos usually. John Levy, though, I don't know who John Levy is. Definitely, I'll look into that. Ha, I was just about to say, Rascally, you still there? We are allowed to understand, experience all of the different aspects of Abba's creation. Would mean by the token each experiences. Ooh, thank you. That's a deep one. Duality. Wisdom. Throwing down some wisdom. Oh, there just must have been a thick cloud layer. What is. Yeah, God, it's so weird that I hate to use the word being woke or anything because there's, like what you're saying, there are all these different levels of woke. So what is woke? What is being woke if there's all these different levels? All these different understandings, which goes back to that so much confusion. Oh no, you were stuck, frozen. I've had that happen a few times, but not lately. I think some of that has to do with service providers too. I'm not sure, unless it's your computer itself that was freezing, and not just the internet. Yeah, different levels of awareness, different levels of understanding. But in the end, there's got to be one, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess it's not for me to know until I know. I do know one thing though. Um, it it's hard to put into words, but like what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. But what is love? What is it? I mean, we tend to think of love as being something we get, something we deserve, or whatever, or something we show as far as like with touching or with our mannerisms or with our physical affections or whatever. But really, what is it? You know, and I have a saying that I like to refresh myself on once in a while. That love is not. Uh, my mind's going blank here. Um, Love is not how much you're willing to give, but how much you're willing to give up. And thus comes in sacrifices and stuff. And so when you think you're going to lose all for another, you just never know. Yeah, good does beat evil. Spiritual beings. Yes, we are definitely spiritual beings having a physical experience. And the physical experience sucks. I mean, it really does. I mean, you know, all of us here right now are 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 so fortunate. I mean, we're here. We each have a computer. We each have it. We're able to communicate. Think of all the people out there that don't have even what we have, no matter where each one of us are right now. I mean, just right down the street, there's probably somebody who's a shut in. That it's just it just boggles me how this world is. I need to go. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to call this short too. See late. So you need to scroll up. Adam, thank you for showing up. Really. Like I said, this is my first live chat, and I kind of like it because the company we keep. Thank you, and you know, have a good night. I know it's late there in England. Let's see. I just lost where I was here. Trying to catch up on the chat here. I see. Let's see. Read that. Read that. Yeah, everything is by design. Yes, definitely lucky that we have other spirits like ourselves to congregate with. Dominic Frost, what's going on? We're about to end the chat. This is my first chat, my first live chat, and like I've told everybody else, and like I've been proving, I don't know what the flip I'm doing. Cool. Should be playing like some music in the background or something, because I have there's times where I'm trying to catch up with the chat and I just lulls and you guys have nothing to really view. Cool. My rational homies. Yeah, you too, man. If you figure it out, well, like Adam said, he's going to talk to Scott, and Scott will let him know how to do it, and then he'll get that information out somehow. In the meantime, I guess I'll hit the books and push buttons and dot I's or whatever. I've earned an achievement superhost. I've never even heard of that. What? Okay. An explanation is called for here. What is a superhost? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Akibra has been with me for a long time. It's seen its day, but I'll wear it until it's probably just a couple of rags hanging from my ear or something. Yeah, I'm going to be calling this here, I guess. And I want to, hey, thanks guys for showing up and making my first live chat just excellent. And I don't know when I'll be doing this again, but I don't know. I can see how it can be kind of addicting. And I'll be keeping an eye out for your guys' uploads. And I love you guys, man. I do. I never met you, but just on here. And take care. I'll see you when I see you.